What is up, guys? Destin Duelis here, back with another deck profile for you guys today. And today will be my Dark World deck profile. Man, this deck is a classic. It always will be. Just, I've been playing this deck for so long. And for me, like Birdie the Abyss, this deck is gonna be one of those decks that just don't really go away, right? I mean, sure, it's not like competing on the highest level or anything, but to me, this deck is never really going to be bad, either. It's never really shut out. It really doesn't. It's never really not going to have a chance, and because of that, it's shown so many progress. Because I think at the end of the day, whether people want to admit it or not, Grapho is still one of those boss monsters that it's just you don't love dealing with it because he keeps coming back and back and back. So, and to me, this has always been a cool mechanic in my opinion, discarding cards and getting effects off of that because it's all graveyard. So pretty much you are not affected by pretty much any hard counter on field monster effect because they don't have them. All of the effects happen in the graveyard, which give you even more freedom. But without further ado, let's get into this deck profile, guys. As always, smash that like button, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of these deck profiles. I got tons of deck profiles on this channel for you guys to check out, so I hope you check them out. But as always, I'll explain my card choices, pretty much why I play every single card that I play, and the way that I play it, and whatnot. Let's get into this. So first, you obviously have to start off with your free copies of Grapha, Dragon Lord of Dark World. I mean, again, it's the boss monster. This card is just absolutely insane. You just got it to the graveyard. You just get to pull up a card, and then you can easily bring it back by just bouncing a Dark World monster on your field and summoning him from the graveyard. So it's so easy to keep looping this effect. And also, if you guys don't remember, all Dark World monsters also have an effect where if they're discarded by your opponent's card effect, they get an effect as well. So when Grapha is discarded by your opponent's card effect, you get to pick a random card of your opponent's hand, look at it, and if it's a monster, you get to special summon it from to your side of the field. So it's a win-win. You get to jack a monster, or you get to ditch a really good spell or really good trap your opponent has that's either important in a combo or just stopping your plays. So it's gonna be a win-win whatever you hit. So yeah, free copies of Grapha, it is a must. Next, you have to play your free copies of Snow, main searcher of the deck, and if she's also discarded by an opponent's card effect, it's Monster Reborn. You get to jack an opponent's monster from their graveyard and summon it to your field. So, really, there's many opportunities, and I'm gonna really get into that once we talk about drag down, about what positions you're putting your opponent in. But next up, free copies of Beige, Vanguard of Dark World. Obviously, draw power. You gotta have it. Two Beige. Actually, yeah, he's Vanguard. Beige is Huntsman. Yeah, Beige is Huntsman of Dark World. And if you guys haven't noticed yet, all the Dark World monsters' etymology is that they're based off of colors. Their names are based off of colors of a rainbow, as you see. So, Beige, you don't need Bree. He's just here to be the easiest way to get Grapho on board by ever normal summoning or using his effect. So, yeah. Next, two Cerulean and two Rainbow. I love this combo a lot. I mean, it just blows up your opponent's board. Like, you did Cerulean with a Dark World card, and then you Cerulean's effect. You have to discard now. You ditch Rainbow, and then it comes back, and then it's either a Dark Hole or a Heavy Storm. So this card is absolutely insane. It's great. You could use Cerulean on other monsters to get your other opponent's discard effects, but most of the time it will be for Rainbow because it's the best one because it's a board wipe. So, and you have to because you can't not summon him by just ditching him off with Gates or Dunes or whatever because his summon effect is only when he's ditched from the opponent. So, gotta keep that in mind. Then you want to play two copies of Lucent, Neverworld of Dark World. If he's ditched by yours, summon him, and if he's ditched by opponents, you get a free Fiend type monster from your deck. So most of the time you will be summoning Nagrapha. It's insane. You can do. So that's it for the monster lineups. Pretty standard for a Dark World. Oh, actually, never mind. That's not it yet. Free Trance Archfiend. Sorry, guys. We got a few more monsters. So Trance, obviously, Dark Worlds. Great combo with Gates. Because if it's destroyed, you can just bring back a Dark World monster that you banished off of Gates. So it's a nice combo. Trance is always standard. Now that's it for the monster lineup. Sorry guys, I don't know how I forgot about Trance, but yeah. So yeah, definitely like how it's looking. Next up, we go into the spells. Free Dark World dealings, obviously, it's a Dark World deck, and draw power and discard. That's what you do in this deck. That's pretty much your main win condition. This card is your main win condition in one, because it draws and it discards. That's what you need. Dark World Lightning, gotta hit that back row, and if it could also be really good against set monsters too. Kind of like one of those troll cards that way, but yeah. I wish this wasn't a set though. Yeah, but I digress. Still gotta knock out that back row. And I wish Twin Twisters was at the cost. Yeah, and you could play that instead, but since Dark Lord Lightning is not a cost, it's better in this situation for taking out back rows. So I wish I could use Twin Twisters, but I digress. 3 copies of Gates. Obviously, this card is the most important spell in the deck. It boosts all your monsters, and it gives you that draw power consistently. So Gates is just all around a really good card. Next up, free Drag Down. This card is just so good. So like I was gonna talk about earlier, like I said early in the deck profile, is that say you have Grapha, Snow, and Rainbow, for example. Let's use that in your hand, and you have Drag Down. So you're gonna play the Drag Down. Yeah, let's say you have 4 cards. Or let's say this is your opening hand, and you start out with Beige, Grapha, Rainbow, Snow, and the Drag Down. Okay? So you would normal summon the Beige, then you activate Drag Down. So now they're going to have to decide, do I want to ditch Grapha and have my opponent take one of my cards? Snow. Yeah, because, or, now maybe Snow's not a good example actually. We'll say Lucent, because this is first turn, so Snow's not a good example. Lucent is the better example. So Grapha, Lucent, and Rainbow. So now they're going to have to decide. So it's just one of those cards where it's really good for you. And the real reason why you really want to play free copies is that it gives you information for your opponent's hand, right? And that could really swing the game in your favor and really put you in a very good position knowing what your opponent has on your turn one, because you can look if they have hand traps and whatnot. If they So yeah, most of the time you're gonna discard the hand trap, obviously. If they have some trap spells or whatever they have that's important to their combo or stopping your plays, this card is just really good for getting that information. So you definitely want to play Drag Down. One of's Foolish Burial, get grabbed quickly. Monster Reborn, same thing. Cheerful, another good discarding card, and then we play the 2 Allure of Darkness because this is your deck is entirely dark and draw power is good. Couldn't fit in the 3rd Allure. I guess I could have taken out a Lightning, but I like seeing Lightning first, second turn especially because when they set their cards and whatnot. So it's good to see Lightning early. You really want to draw into Allure. It's not something you really want to open with, in my opinion, because you want to see how many dark monsters that you have in your hand, and you got to see which ones are not going to be valuable. So, I mean, they can always be bought back with Trance, obviously, the one that you banish. So that's fine. But next, the traps. Just if you want to skill drain, your only on-field effect is Trance, and that's not really bad. So skill drain is not a problem. It's not a problem. And there's a big reason why I don't play an extra deck as well. You would usually see an extra deck, but I feel like in Dark Worlds you don't really use it that much. So it's like Fire Kings, you just don't go into it. But with Fire Kings, I feel like you go into it more often than Dark Worlds. And especially if you're playing Skill Drain, it gives you an excuse to play Skill Drain in this deck if you're not running an extra deck. Because it's like, well, all my effects are Grave, so play it. So that's my thinking on this. You guys can always take out Skill Drain if you want, but I feel like this is a necessary card that you have to have in this deck because you gotta stop your opponent from really comboing and trying to get over you because especially when you have Grapple on board, they're gonna do everything they can to try to get rid of it. So keep that in mind, of course. And then the Solemn Brigade, you're gonna get your opponent's effects and combos. So yeah. So the extra deck is pretty much just one of Cherry's targets. Dragon Buster, Starving Venom, Toad, and Electrovite. So those are the only extra deck monsters. And I could not fit in Eater of Millions, which would have been also a really good card to deck in. This deck is probably going to see an update. We'll see, because it's still, I'm still tinkering every now and then. What's our deck? Always personal preference. We got the 2 Ghost Reaper, of course. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. See, because I have this card, I'm thinking of taking out Dark World Lightning, at least cutting it down. But still testing. 3-dimensional barrier. This card is absolutely amazing, especially in this deck when you don't go into the extra deck at all. So just having this first turn in the Grappa is just like, it's amazing. So 3 evenly matched, especially in this deck because it's a control deck. You're not a swarm deck, so you can't come back quickly. 2 Mirror Forests, and 2 Wall Disruptions for your battle traps, especially in Dark Worlds. You gotta have your battle traps to protect you. So, that is it for the Dark World deck, guys. Again, this is a very nostalgic deck for me. And again, just like Burning Mist, it's going to be one of those decks that is never going to go away. It's always going to be here, in my opinion, until you hit Grapha. Which is never going to happen because Grapha's the perfectly balanced card. So, I'm Destin Duelist, guys. I'm signing off. Tell me what you think about this deck. Give me any suggestions and whatnot, like you guys usually do. It helps so much. But I'm about to sign off now, guys. So, peace. Have a great day, guys.